And that treat is tree box we're going to open today on Domain to Profit. As you see behind me, we have crazy kids in the pool. Life is happening, and we are celebrating Independence Day, which is July 4th here in the United States. That is, well, I don't know. I don't want to talk trash or anything, but essentially, it's when we got our Independence Day. But most importantly, it's when we just got what it is that I value so much in my life, which is independence and freedom. Like, the big deal. And it could be a big deal for you because today, as we look to expiring domains, and every single week as we look to expiring domains, essentially what that means is you may be able to find a domain name that fits perfectly with who you are, who you were created to be, so you can turn it into a business. And next thing you know, you have the freedom, independence to be who you were made to be, making money, providing for your family, and living the life that you've just, well, more importantly than what you've always wanted to do is what you were made to do, like what you were created, all the ins and outs. Anyhow, beautiful, like monarch butterfly just flew by. Awesome. Well, this is Domain to Profit. I am Drew Wash, and happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July, or what do you call it? Uh, Treason Day, possibly. Might consider it Treason Day, but okay. Well, there we go. Looking to chat. Make sure you let me know you're here, that you're joining me, my friends, family, all here at my home as we do this show, Domain to Profit from Poolside. Say hi in the chat. Let me know you're here if you haven't already. I'll see you on the other side. It's Domain to Profit.
From domain to profit, from a .com to a business idea. Take a domain name, develop an income from domain to profit. We'll show you how. Domain to profit, from domain to profit. Join Drew Wash and get started right now.
Okay. Craziness that is doing a live stream. I always feel like I'm tossing around a bunch of buttons and figuring it all as I go along, which I am, which hopefully you have. I posted this on Twitter this week, which was like, hopefully you have one thing in your life that you do, hopefully more than that, where people say, I could never do that. For me, that was it was being a foster parent and doing foster and adoptive stuff. My goodness, everybody was like, I could never do that. And doing a live stream, same thing. Whoa, being live, being on camera in front of people, I could never do that. Like, I love hearing that. I steer into that. Well, let me check everybody out here. I see Mike. Yes, happy 4th. Michael, thanks for joining. Arizona, let me see. Happy 4th to all. Yes. And yes, you got beat. You got beat. It's hard to beat Michael when he shows up. He's here on time. He's here early. Coaster G, how's it going? Happy 4th, sir. He's actually here as well in person, but joining us, taking up the bandwidth. Ian, howdy, hi. And let me see here. This seems to be simply CQ60. Hi, welcome. Join it. Thanks for joining us here on Domain to Profit. We are live. We are out to find some great domain names. I've looked a little through the domains, and we might be experimental today. Well, we're always experimental every week, and that's awesome. I hope it's okay that I share this, but yeah, it's one of my adoptive daughters is here with me now. I get to see my other daughter and a granddaughter of mine. I love my family. We make our family however we possibly could. It's an awesome thing. So, well, it is Independence Day. Last night and tonight there will be fireworks, but because we're at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, the best I can offer is some splashes of the kids in the pool with cannonballs. Does that work? I think so. Okay, well, we are going to go over to get things. This maybe I'm trying to get to the screens. Is this thing on? Okay, well, we are over on expireddomains.net. We are using our typical filters that we do each week. Those filters include English words 1 to 3, .coms, get rid of the hyphens, get rid of the dashes, and looking at the domain names over the next up to 8 days. And that brings us up to this list here over expireddomains.net. Free site. If you haven't already, set up a user account and it lets you set up the filters. It's all free. So they make their money when we click on these links. That's how they make their money, is just an affiliate link. Like, it costs you nothing more to support such a great product and service. So please do. Okay. Let's see here. I am in a folding chair. I am hot. I may be sweating like crazy by the end of this. We'll see. Okay, so we're looking at some domain names. Stuart, see you popping in as well. Thanks for joining. Love to have you guys. I'd love to have you all. Pacific Northwest. What are we ordered by here? We're ordered by valuation, which is what we wanted to do. Pacific Northwest. It's a thing. So if you're up in Washington, Washington State, Oregon, Pacific Northwest, you may like that domain name. It's a geo domain name, but not one of my favorites. But who knows? If you're up from up there, then look at this cost per click over here, over $2. Should we look into it? Let's look into it. We'll click on it. Let me just go back and look to see and make sure it is a GoDaddy domain name, so that's a good start. So pacificnorthwest.com. So all you fans out there that are in Washington, Oregon, and the Pacific Northwest, this domain name's for you. I guess that goes up into Vancouver and some of those Western Canadian provinces as well. 7 days left in this one. $288 or $85 for this domain name. Let's see what it's a good geo domain name. I've heard references to Pacific Northwest. I just don't know if anybody searches for it. Let's find out. Need my sunglasses for this stream. I'm a little confused as to what's going on here. It says there's lesson 20. Is something spelled wrong? Pacific Northwest. Something's going on here, because you can see over here 31,000 searches for Pacific Northwest. But when I copied and pasted it in, it is not showing it. What's the difference here? Anybody see the difference as to why? Well, anyhow, if you can target this traffic here, pacificnorthwest.com targets 31,000 is a big number. 20, not so much. This is a risky thing that I'm about to do. I'm going to click on Pacific Northwest. I'm not sure if there's a special character or what's going on here, but I don't want to look at the one that we're looking at, which says there's less than 20 searches. I want to see this one over here, which, if it ever loads. Okay, what's going on here? Give it to me. Give it to me. I think SpyFu is having a struggle with this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a Control F, which is what I recommend you do to kind of see where that keyword shows up. Not sure why it's not showing up over here. So you can see right here, 31,000 for Pacific Northwest, but for some reason, SpyFu is saying it's less than 20. Don't know what that's all about. But you can see Pacific Northwest Ballet, Pacific Northwest Maps, thousands of keywords with this domain name in it. That is good for you. If you're up there, especially, here's the content that you can possibly put on it, the stuff that's above my head up here. Those are the questions that people are asking with your keyword, with your domain name in it. And let's kind of see if there's anything happening. This data is incorrect. Not sure what's going on with this. Hopefully it's just this keyword. But I'm guessing people are advertising. I'm guessing there's a little bit of cost per click going for it. In fact, let's go over here. See, you'll see here the cost per click reported by expireddomains.net, $2.31. Not showing the same over on SpyFu. Hopefully SpyFu is just having a little hiccup, and we will continue forward. And so if you want to develop out a geodomain name, geodomains are great for location-based development. You can show all the products and services that are based in that area, especially those local businesses, mom and pops, need an HVAC company in the area, need anything and everything, you get a company to show those things. There's lots that you can do with geodomains. It's not necessarily my thing because it's location based instead of being service based. I preferred industry defining domain names instead of location defining, but there we go. It's an option. Going back to the list, zoomed in well enough. Here we go. I'm sitting out here on a folding table. This is, at least there's a breeze. I like that. Bet VIP, don't like it. My groceries, where'd that one go? Come back here. My groceries, kind of like it. My rant that I give you each week is I don't really like the word you in domain names, so YOU, but my I do like. But here we go. We got the error. We're sorry, but the domain name you're looking for is no longer available. So we're skipping over mygroceries.com. I was curious about this one. I'm pretty sure this is a Spanish word, type of food, I believe. Can't spell English. Let's see if I can spell frijoles, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Over 20,000 searches. So as an English speaker, primarily, this probably isn't going to be my bag, but it may be for you. Over 20,000 searches here. You can see the domain name showing up in other places. Is this a brand? Anybody have any info on whether it's brand? I don't know. But you'll see it showing up quite a bit. Let's do the Control F to highlight the keyword. This is our keyword, .com. Crazy. Let me click on the domain name because it's hopefully still available. $570 ends in 2 days, so see it might get mixed up. Let me see. Frijoles, over 20,000 searches. Let's see what the money looks like. No advertisers for it. Don't like seeing that, as I always say each week. Love seeing advertisers double digits. 0 is not double digits. Let's add a 1 in front of it, maybe. Cost per click, $1.37. So there's money there, just not around us. I do like seeing over here, there's some that are saying near me, but it's only 900 searches. I do like the domain name. I don't even know what it is. Let's go Google it. I'm going to Google it. Hopefully it doesn't mean something that's going to give me any kind of adult stuff. Beans. I knew that. So I'm going to have some beans. I got a bean salad. In fact, it's going to be waiting for me back over there. So there you go. You want to own beans in Spanish? There you go. Okay. Well, good domain name. I don't like necessarily product domain names, but it could be something good. I'm going to give it a star. In fact, I'm going to give it a watch list if it lets me.
From domain to profit, from .com to...
Not the music. Okay, adding that to my watch list here. And it is added, so I'll watch that auction, possibly bid in a little bit as we get going. Ends in 2 days. Check in, want to chat. Yeah, maybe you did, but I can't. If you could break it, then that'd be very impressive. I've not been able to break it. I use it frequently. Let me see. Okay, Ahrefs, which is a product similar to SpyFu, is saying there's 38,000 monthly volume, $2 cost per click. So yes, that's big stuff. Pacific Northwest, if you're into a geo domain name, I saw Elliot, who runs one of the domain name blogs, just picked up RockyMountains.com. Baller domain name. Love that domain name. Pacific Northwest works as well. I think I prefer Rocky Mountains, but yeah, great information. Thanks for sharing that. And this is why it would come on, team. I love it. I love it. Much clearer than I thought. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is I'm using my headphones, which I haven't used in quite some time. But yeah, my mics. I forgot a wire. I forgot a specific wire that I needed to use my good mic, which probably would have gave me great sound. The kids are screaming and stuff in the background. Anyhow, I love it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say quiet down. Who would do that? I'm not going to do that. One Story, Heavenly Homes, Recreations. Anybody? I wish I could kind of see like hands, like Recreation sounds good. Check it out, but Recreation ends in 7 days. Cheap currently. I just don't know what you would do with this. What's the recreations? Recreation, sure. Maybe recreations like summer recreation programs. Recreational dispensary near me, park and recreation. Not really digging this. Not sure what you would do with it, but it is a single. I know a lot of people just like lose their minds over one word domain names. So that's one option for you, but I prefer to lose a little bit of logic. Bill coming in late again. Easy math, heavenly homes. Okay. My Maid, I'm guessing that one is no longer available. That one's probably in that same grouping with my groceries. No, My Maid. Are you allowed to say maid? Is maid a bad word? Well, mymaid.com, over $2,000. What? Ends in 3 days. Not really digging it. Not sure why it's going for so much. Arbitraging.com, vote me price cutter. This one's one of the top domain names money wise on GoDaddy this week. SEO consultancy. I don't really like it. I mean, let's click on it. I'll just show you what I mean by one of the top domains. I believe it's already up over, might be 5 figures. No, okay, $760 currently. Oh, that ends in an hour. So there you go. Anybody want to build a directory of SEO consultancy? It does not pass the radio check. I can barely say it, so I probably can't spell it either. But under $1,000 currently. Watch Cam, data impact. Styler. I'm guessing that's a name, like a misspell or a spelling of a name. That'll probably end up going for big money, brandable if nothing else. Okay, looking. Here you go. Let me put up the big thing. Give you some background images while I'm looking for the next domain name on the list. Hopefully that's okay. And you could follow along if you are using the filters. It's linked in the description over on YouTube. You can follow along with the exact filters that we're currently using. Not digging it. Reproach, open agents. Come back to the screens. Okay, payment. Don't like the word okay in domain names. There's just too many ways to spell it. The only way I would like okay is if it's literally the letters okay.com. And that would just because it's so stinking short, I would love to own it. Yeah, it's definitely there's tons of there. I think we probably have 10 kids in the pool right now. The adults are currently surviving outside the pool. It's like maybe 85 degrees here right now. Nice little breeze, which I'm very thankful for. The sun is starting to creep towards me. Once the sun gets here, I'm done. I don't care if it's in 10 minutes. I'm not sitting in the sun. I don't have enough sunscreen on for that. And if you're wondering, at the end of this at the end of the show, 100%, I am diving into that pool. So stick around for that because it's happening. It's definitely happening. But until then, I got to work and earn it. These domains kind of suck. Not digging this. I was really hoping. So sometimes with holidays like this, uh, a lot of people are doing exactly what I'm doing. They're in the pool. They're out doing doing picnics and enjoying their holiday. And sometimes that is an opportunity for you, me, for others to grab some domain names that are ending. In fact, now that we come to the bottom of this list, let's do exactly that. Let's see if by chance we can go find some domain names that are going to be ending over the next day, over these next few hours, and see if we can snag that are only available to us, like right now. Because you're here, you're doing the hard work. You are doing, you're putting in the effort of everybody else is out in the pool. So let's see if we can reward you for that. So here's what we're going to do. We are looking at the filters over on expiringdomains.net. I'm looking for GoDaddy expired domains, which you can get to through the market domains, GoDaddy expired domains. I have it set up to look for dot. Hopefully that is a good choice. Give numbers, getting rid of hyphens, looking for English words, 1 to 3 words. And then let's see. Let's go ahead and we're going to change this over here over on the, can you see this? No, it's, yeah, just above my head here. Just above my head. Can you see this? Okay. I have it set up to look for domain names ending today. So these are going to be auctions that are going to end today. So that means they're going to be auctions that are only going to be available over the next hour, I believe. Yep, that's what they look like. So for example, if you liked that SEO consultancy, $6,000 appraised domain name, I'm sure knowing SEO people, they're freaks. They pay tons of money for domain names. That might be a domain name worth getting in on. It's currently $700 some dollars. We've already talked about it a little bit. SEO consultancy, hard to say, hard to spell, but if you're looking to put together a directory of services, companies that do SEO, that might be a good domain name. Currently $700, ending in an hour, and well, in an hour, it's still going to be the 4th of July. So people are going to be in the US. There you go, international market. You have an advantage over us today. Match days, convertibles, okay, payment. We're seeing a lot of the same ones actually. Even though it's down to 4,300 domain names, a lot of these look familiar. Locally fresh, edibles pro. Anybody want to put together a blog of trying edibles and seeing how they go? Yes, exactly. And yes, that's what I'm saying is you and the international audience have an advantage today. So not over me, because hey, here I am making my wife and family all wait for me while I hang out with my second crew, my online crew. Go mofo. I actually like that domain name a lot. Let me click on that. That one might end up being just a true silly domain name type buy. The repeat. Oh, 5 minutes left. Put a little bit in on it, and this is, oh man. Okay, this is my anger bid, and now I'm moving on. Oh man, dang it. I don't know, Chaz. What do you think? GoMofo.com. GoMofo.com. Like 6 letters. That's a fun domain. I like that domain, but with 5 minutes left, I'm probably just going to let it go. Anyhow, GoMofo.com. Uh, it would be for fun more than anything else. Maybe a brandable. Hey, here you go. Here's something to go along with Pacific Northwest. You have the WashingtonGuide.com. 24 minutes left on these. So these are those last minute deals. Ian, everybody across the pond, WashingtonGuide.com. There you go. 24 minutes. We don't really have a ton of time to do research on it, but I'm going to try real quick. I'll toss in the Spy Foo. I believe I own something spelled wrong. Washington. That's spelled right. 90 searches. Do that Control F, see what shows up here. and not much picking up in keywords. For advertisers, 81 cents per click. Not a whole lot going on with it, but easy to spell, easy to use domain name. Okay, Chili Bill or Chill Billy. Yeah, I much prefer gomofo.com. Man, I wish I had more time to think about that domain name. Go Mofo. I don't know why that tickles me. Boxing VIP, Illusion Shop, Save the Trees, Sassy Mamas, Kiss Content. So what we're doing right now, we've deviated. We went ahead and we're looking at domain names that are expiring and ending today. So these are the domain names that, especially if you're watching in the international audience, if you're watching this on Restream at all these domain names are going to be gone. These are only domains ending on the 4th of July today, over the next hour. So we had a couple of them up top that were pretty reasonable. Events with us. Events with us. You can see that it's bad casing. You wouldn't say event with us, events with us. So a lot of times people are kind of, they get in domain names and they think, I can't find domain names worth investing in. I don't know, event with us, events with us. I like it with the S. I usually don't like middle S's. 2 hours, $12. So possibly worth bidding on. Possibly. I don't know. Not really feeling it. She exists. Go bet now. Go bet now. I just saw recently somebody was looking for domain names with bet and gambling in them. Possibly go bet now. Go bet now. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. But you may be feeling it if you're looking for a gambling domain name. I keep clicking on the wrong window. I'm sorry. Okay. Polo now. Jeffrey, howdy, welcome. This is the informal Drew next to the pool domain to profit. It's 4th of July, which is Independence Day here in the U.S. National holiday, and one of my favorites. Independence, freedom is all. It's my personal value. Freedom, flexibility, all of that. Like it, I'm all about it. So I love the holiday that celebrates it. And we are running through these real quick. These are not using our normal filters. We're looking at domain names ending today. Domain names that possibly, if you're watching live, wanting to take advantage of the fact that the U.S. market is all in pools and picnics around grills, possibly get a cheaper price. Shrimp, crabs, help bad. What ring? Butler's Pro. Butler's no. Motivate Impact. Free trial ticket. Free trial ticket. Not feeling it. Here we go. I like this one. Local tour operator. Sun is starting to get me through a little hole in the trees up here. In fact, my keyboard is on fire because of it. Let me see if I can move a little bit. So ending in 32 minutes, this might be a find. I might even be bidding on this one here. Local tour operators going to Spy Foo. See if we can find something here. And as I said, I am starting to get in the sun a little bit, which is a no-no for Drew. I don't get along with the sun. So T minus like 10 minutes or so on this show because I will be moving along. Okay, local tour operator. The keyword data is not really going along with this domain name. It's not really showing up to all that great. However, I like it. So one of the things I like to talk about with domain names, I like domain names that people say, that we say to each other, hey, is there a local tour operator? Is there somebody that local that does that? As somebody who owns, I own tourguides.com. I like this domain name as a supplement domain name to what we've already been building. So I'm going to bid on this one. This is a fine. This is a domain name ending today. Let me see here. It is ending in 31 minutes. 31 minutes on this one. So at the 4 o'clock or so, this domain name will be ending. It'll probably be off air before we do that. Mostly because, let me see. Can you see the sun? It's washing me out, people. Look at this. I can't handle this. I can't handle the sun. Okay. So local tour operators ending in 30 minutes, $12 currently. This one might fly under the radar. Nobody's bidding yet. So I like it. Have it on my watch list. Let's see if we can find any more deals. Used cars, Colorado. I don't know if anybody ever looks for keyword domains with the state. Probably not, unless I just don't think people do. But who knows? Let's see. 360 searches. Colorado Springs. There you go. So you could target used cars, Colorado Springs. Try to shorten it to Colorado alone. Then you could maybe find one dealership to work with exclusively in Colorado Springs and other cities. You let them have it exclusively. $3 is the number of advertisers, $1.80 per click. So there's some money there, some advertisers, not setting any records, but I like it. I like it. I can work with that. Let's do that Control F and see what the keywords look like. So used cars, Colorado Springs, we see pop up in there. Used cars, Colorado Springs Co. Used cars, Colorado Springs under $10,000. You can see there's some keyword action happening there. Not a huge fan of the fact that it's trying to piggyback on Colorado Springs, which is a city versus a state. But for a last minute domain name like this, I think that's pretty good. Let's click on it. I didn't realize I did not click on it. Come on, breeze, cool me down. So there we go. This one ends in 2 hours, so hour 45 minutes. $12 currently. Anybody, especially in Colorado, wanting to take advantage of the U.S., possibly sleeping on that domain name, used cars, Colorado, could be yours. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's I feel like yeah, like I'm okay with overcast, but I am definitely not down with the rain. Although my wife's garden, which is back over this way, she'd probably love to not have to water it. So there's that. Yeah. So one person's rain is another person's drought. Welcome to the world. So with Independence Day here in the U.S., which is where the scrappy U.S. a couple hundred years ago broke apart from being colonies of England, kind of goes along with my attitude for big business, right? You hear this almost every week. It's kind of like we're out to help small businesses, not let big businesses eat their lunch. That's like something I would read in a history book. Like, why did the Boston Tea Party? Why did people toss tea into Boston Harbor in the U.S., which is kind of one of those events that we read about in history books as to it was all because of tax. It was all because they didn't want to send tax money over to some bigger power elsewhere. And same thing we're fighting with now. Now in the with small business versus big business, how much money do big businesses should they be taking from small businesses? I don't think they should be taking much of anything, right? So use Papa heavy tourism. Not really feeling it. But I'm going to click on it. I'm going to look it up in the keywords. I don't think heavy tourism is a good keyword, but this is one of those times that I will defer my gut over to. Maybe you could possibly, there might be something. Here you go. So 400 heavy tourism, no money, no advertisers. Not sure what to do with that one. I do imagine that there is a market um, for tourism for people like obese people or something. Is that a thing? Like, could that be a thing? I don't know. Like, they need to make sure that they can. I don't know. Anyhow, that's creating an industry, bypassing heavytourism.com. Okay. Well, there we go. We're 200 domain names into the last minute list. We'll go on to the next one for this last minute. That right now are domain names in. Looking at domain names, we're trying to take advantage of the fact that some are sleeping and at their picnics and grill outs while all these domain names expire. I'm going to give it a couple more down keys, and then I am going to go dive in that pool. So just sharing out right here. It's like, yeah, grab, like, this is, so I actually, let me kind of put it up a big screen here for just 1 minute. And just say, like, as a sub point, domain to profit is going to change. I'm going to turn this into, I don't know if it'll be 3 p.m. on Mondays. I'll probably still do a live stream, but I want to break it up into shorter live streams throughout the week. So to look at, hey, what are the domain names that are going to be ending in the next couple of days? And then more frequent check-ins on development projects. So that way this domain to profit really is checking in on domain names and their development over time. So here we are, we're week 101. We celebrated week 100 streams in a row, doing exactly what we need to do on a weekly basis to be able to come to you live. Here we are, week 101, with the challenge of what do we do on a national holiday when we're throwing a 4th of July party. Well, I'm still out here. I'm still scrapping for you. But realistically, I want to mix it up. I don't want to stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. But even last week on Thursday, Friday, I thought about going live to look at last minute domain name purchases. I didn't. But it's coming up. A change will be coming. Hopefully a change for the positive. So yes, I like the last minute stuff too. I'm a big fan. This is, a lot of people are out there low budget. And here's what's going to happen. You wait till last 5 minutes, you do your bid, and you might find, or often you'll find, that you won't get the domain name, that somebody knew about the domain name, they have a bot, it's programmed in, and you don't get a chance at doing it. True. That's true. That will happen very frequently, but you'll find that sometimes you can get a domain name for $12 that you find worth $100, $200. Victory for you. Here we are, car dealer offers. 22 minutes left. Not really loving the domain name, but let's just type it in, see what we get. I saw that Fred popped in. Happy 4th of July, Fred, and all that popped in late. Watching from the middle of the lake. This is how we do it, folks. Poolside, middle of the lake, hot tubs. We get it done. Yeah, not really seeing much happening here. So cardealeroffers.com. Hey, maybe you can put together some kind of website that offers special finance deals, people that are looking to move inventory or something along that line. Not really sure. $12 currently though. That's what we're talking about. $12 possibility. I don't know. Even at $12, it might not be worth it. I'm not bidding on it. If that tells you anything, it's not my market. Not really my what I'm going to look for. Top rhythm, trip flows, class live stream. A lot of near misses. Don't get caught up in just because it looks close and it's $12. Don't waste the $12. Don't don't do that to yourself. Yes, we are 4th of July domaining it, and we are actually very much looking at the 4th of July domain names. These are the last minute domain names that are going to be expiring today. While many people are not looking at domain names, we are. We found a couple good ones there. We found the car dealer offers. We found heavytourism.com. We found used cars Colorado. That one ends in an hour and a half. Local tour operator. I'm going to be bidding on that one in 20 minutes or in 15 minutes, I should say. And then Go Bet Now. Not really my thing, but that one's an option as well that we have found. All of them ending today, ending on the 4th of July. So anybody watching this on Restream, you're missing out on it, which is kind of the way I like it. I like the urgency of it. Join me now or miss out forever. And if you're waiting for me to jump in that pool, it will come. It will come soon. Although I'm starting to get in the shade again. So other than my laptop being in sun, oh my goodness, and my battery's dying. We're the battery's dying quick. That's going to be what decides it. Man, I'm a super blessed guy. This is so cool. Get to sit out here. I get to be over there soon too, which is awesome. I'm sure here we go. Calendarevents.com seems like a pretty interesting one. I like that. Still available. You ever notice that like nobody has ever figured out this one's going to be mine? I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this one. I think it drives me nuts that nobody's ever figured out how to do events online worth a darn. Like Google, do a search for Google events and stuff. It's garbage. It's so hard to find anything that's going on. Calendar events, 200 searches, events calendar, the event calendar. It's not my favorite domain name, but there are 6 advertisers, $1.43, and the cost per click. I like it. I like it. In fact, I got 50 minutes. So after I get in the pool, I'm going to have to quickly come over and do some bidding. Somebody just went down the slide and I heard the squeaking of skin. Somebody missed the water on the slide. That one's going to leave a mark. And that's with noise canceling. Oh, can I check in SpyFu? I think I had SpyFu up. So this one is, if you're referring to calendar event, this one is it. So calendarevent.com, 220 searches for it. And if I do that, Control F in the community over on community.dtp.tv, link in the description of the YouTube video. In the community, I walk through the exact domain names that I'm actually still buying in the $100,000 domain buying spree that I'm in the middle of. So as of right now, I've spent zero on domain names. The money's allocated. It's ready to go. Once I get on the other side of this holiday, actually, I got a vacation coming up next week. So next week I'll be in Daytona, Florida. So at some point, I'll really get serious about buying domain names. So hopefully, simply CQ60, you can see the information there for calendarevent.com. I do like the domain name. Give it a star even. Okay, we're gonna give it a couple more page downs, and then I am heading and jumping in that pool. My laptop is starting to die down. It doesn't like being in the sun, so yeah, calendar. So, for example, calendarevent.com. What would I value that at? Um, it's going to be ending soon. I'm probably going to toss like 388 in it, something like that. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Like I would have never bid on it otherwise. I don't know. Same with a couple of these that I'm going to bid on. They're not going to be. There might be an ant about to crawl across the lens. The ants are coming to take up the picnic. Okay, back looking at this. Like I said, a couple more page downs. Underwater repairs. Let's click on that. I got to look at this. So let me tell you a funny story actually that involves this pool right behind me. I think it was probably 4 years ago. We got a new liner. So the way the pool works that we have, it's a vinyl liner, plastic liner, and so essentially, it got this brand new liner. The pool looks amazing, better than it's ever looked. And there's trees, these giant trees, just to the side of me over here, and they kind of provide some shade for where I'm sitting right now, as well as uh, the heat of the day. They cool the pool a little or put some shade over the pool. Well, I was up and I was trimming down a tree branch that was. I looked at it; it should have dropped right where it was. And it didn't. Instead, I trimmed this tree branch, and somehow the twig, like this little bitty twig at the end of this tree branch, grabbed hold, and this branch swings out over the pool and javelins right into the bottom of my brand new pool liner. Like expensive, and it was miserable, and my heart broke because of like it was just like, did that just happen? You ever have one of those moments where it's like, did that really just happen? Like, uh, well, I had to perform an underwater repair. So this is why I mention it, underwaterrepairs.com. I did this myself. I had to cut out a big patch for my brand new pool liner, and I took a deep breath, went down with my scuba gear, not scuba, my snorkel, and dove because it was in a pretty deep part of the pool. Dove down in the pool, got that patch on there, and it's still there. This giant patch right in the middle of my pool, a reminder of the underwater repair that I did. But some of us might not want to do their own underwater repairs. They might need a service. I am really shocked there's not more going on with this. Really? I kind of find this hard to believe. Do a control F on this. This is one that I expected to have some traffic for. I must have clicked something funky here. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was poor pool liner and poor Drew. It definitely was it was freaking, it sucked. It was okay. So not really happening with pool underwater repairs. I like the domain name though, so I'm going to add it to my watch list. If I can get that domain name for $50, I'll take it. Underwater repairs. You can sell it to product services that sell underwater repairs. Do a directory, all kinds of different options available for that domain name, and it's currently only $20. Found in the last minute search that we are doing here. Okay. My laptop is getting ready to die out. And there we go. We are to the bottom of the list, folks. Bottom of the list. So with that said, I think I'm going to give my laptop a opportunity to take a break. What do you think? I'll take a break. You take a break. Whether you're celebrating the 4th of July or just celebrating a overcast, rainy day in Scotland, up to you. But either way, let's take advantage of these domain names that are ending. So today we've looked at let me run through a summary real quick. I just realized I've not been doing a very good job of this. So in the first batch of domain names, these are domain names that we looked at that are ending. This one actually is both a top domain name and one ending today, ending in 30 minutes. Let's see if that's updated. It might be sooner. Yep, ending in 30 minutes, SEOconsultancy.com, 760 currently. If you're looking to build a directory of SEO consultancies. Ending in 3 days, mymade.com. Not really my favorite domain name, but I do like my versus you. Recreations, I don't like it, but it is for anybody out there that's just a fan of single word domain names. And then I love this one, Spanish for beans. I didn't know that. I only know that because I Googled it. Frioles on my watch list, ends in 2 days. So there you go. Spanish one word domain name. Pacific Northwest ends next week. Great geo domain name. Those are all the domain names that we looked at that ended throughout the week. Then let's go check out these quick last minute ones. Underwater repairs, love it, $12 currently. All of these, wait till the last 5 minutes to bid on, no rush. 42 minutes, calendarevent.com, cardealeroffers.com, ending in 10 minutes for anybody out there looking to do that one. Heavytourism.com, not really sure what to do with it, but $12, ending in 16 minutes. Used Cars Colorado, ending in an hour. Localtouroperator.com, that one is actually going to get a bid. I'll do this one live. I'll toss on 188, and that will likely go up higher. I'm doing that because I'm about to go get in the pool. I don't want to miss out on it. So let's see here. Go bet now. I'm going to go pool soon. $12. That one ends in an hour. And let me see here. Events with us, more of a brandable, but still $12. All these 12, like they're so cheap. Washington Guide. This one's in the last final 2 minutes, $405. That could be Washington State, can be any number of things. Oh, look at this. Go Mofo. I love this domain name and the fact that it's still in the last 5 minutes. I'm going to put another bid on it. I have to put another bid on this one because it just tickles me. Just go Mofo. Okay, I'm finally the high bidder. Okay, on that note, what do we think, peeps? I'm going to go get in the pool. I apologize if the sun reflects off my pale white body and blinds everybody. A cherry bomb with a 360 twist. I will get you I'll definitely get you a cannonball. How about that, Kevin? That's it. Just a cannonball, maybe a little bit of a can opener. My goal will be to splash. So you see the pool here behind me. Let's see here. Up that way or where all the adults are sitting in the shade. So my goal is to jump from the diving board here and splash to where all the adults scream behind me. So let's see. Yeah, go Mofo. Yeah, thanks, Walter. Okay. So after the splash goes, it's going to run the exit. I have my boy Chaz here that's going to do that. This Domain to Profit, I'm Drew Wash. Have a good one. Just one shirt. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, confirmed.